What is up, YouTube? Intricate Explorer here. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I do adventure photography. I go to different places and I explore them and I talk about the photography I get while I'm there. So today I am at the Boulder Public Library in Boulder, Colorado, you guessed it, and they just recently did a bunch of architecture, revamping, construction, really cool, trippy, modern design. So I'm gonna go in with the intent of trying to get some solid lines, architecture shots, some like overviewing shots, maybe a few books here and there. I think there's like a cafe and like a small art museum, and yeah, so it should be a good time. So I'm gonna hop on in. Let's do this. So for this first shot here, I'm actually going to utilize this staircase that spins around. As you can see, it goes up there. It creates this almost like spinning vortex of the ceiling there. So I'm going to go up top and try and shoot from below. Shoot down below and try and capture something that like swirls. Because lately I've been trying to look for like certain kinds of geometry when I'm shooting. So that swirl shape is something I really want to encompass. And I'm actually not going to talk while I'm up there because there's a ton of people up there and it's like a quiet zone. So I'll just show you what the photo looks like. But basically what my technique is I'm going to like just wander around in circles until I can find the perfect angle that gives it that swirl. Alright, so I went up above and I just like wasn't getting the cool shape entirely that I wanted to get. So I'm going to go back down below and look up. And when I look up, it almost creates this kind of pattern that looks like a seashell. So I'm going to use that, and here's what that photo looks like. And by the way, for these shots, I'm using super wide angle. I'm using like 10 millimeters wide on a full frame to try and get that full breadth of everything that like a 24 millimeter just can't even come close to getting. All right, so for this next shot here, I'm gonna try and capture this entire ceiling. Like, look at that. There's just so much, and this is right when you walk into the Boulder Public Library. So like if you come outside here, you can see you walk in the entrance and it's just this giant atrium of stuff. So I'm gonna find a way to do it. I think I'm gonna look up and use a wide angle and try and see what I can do. It's also super bright in here because it's literally the midday sun, so it's like the worst place to be shooting straight up right into the sun. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna underexpose it a lot so I can get those clouds. And then later in post-production, I'm gonna decrease the highlights so that the overblownness isn't there, and then I'm gonna increase the exposure of everything else. All right, so I technically don't have a library card here, but I'm gonna ask if I could borrow a book just to go into the lobby to get a cool shot of me reading, and then that giant overstructure, because I was messing around with it in cool angles, and I think I get a cool shot of like my feet like holding a book with the giant arcing sky above it. So I'm gonna go ask the librarian right now. We'll see what happens. All right, she was cool with it. So I got this cool book right here. I'm gonna sit right on the ground here, and then I'm gonna position it, so here, I'll show you. All right, so I'm positioning my feet like that. Then I'm gonna turn the camera wide angle, so it's gonna get this entire scene, and then I'm gonna hold the book in another hand right here. So basically it looks like I'm reading the book with the full breadth of the whole scene. So here's what that photo looks like. All right, so I've gotten a decent amount of shots with the wide angle lens, so I'm gonna switch out to the 7200 right now and try and get some close shots. So I found it really good to like divide the amount of time you take with each shot with each lens, so you're not just constantly switching it out. So 30 minutes of the long, 30 minutes of the wide, and then you go from there. All right, so here we go. All right, so for this shot here, I found this, looks like a conceptual micro city design that they're building of some kind of like future plant-based city. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try and mimic like what it looks like to get like a tilt shift shot, which is basically where you take a photo in real life, but the lens tilts the perspective in a certain way. And generally these lenses are super expensive, so not many people use them. A lot of people use like Photoshop or something to tilt shift, and it creates this effect of like a miniature world. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna focus on one of these tall rooms on this apartment, and then I'm gonna get the background of all the rest of the city in there, so you can't see anything else. It just looks like a city that keeps going on. So it's gonna mimic the tilt shift effect. And notice with the composition, I'm gonna make sure that there's nothing in the room that can give away the fact that it's a small city. So the whole frame is gonna be covered with it. So it just looks like it's this expansive city that's just going on forever. All right, generally I like taking these kind of shots where I find like a pattern, like, so you can see this wall over here is just pure, you know, it's a pattern. It's like a texture pattern. I don't know what kind of material it is, but they're really good shots for like covers and albums and like quotes and stuff like that if you're posting on social media. So every once in a while I like to take a shot of those, just like basically like that, just cover it all the way in the frame and put one spot in focus so it just looks like it goes on forever, and fill the frame with it. Kind of like the mini city, what I did before, you just want to fill the frame with everything so it leaves the imagination that just keeps going on forever. So yeah, I think here's what that shot looks like. Nothing too crazy, but it's good for like I said, like titles or thumbnails and stuff like that. All right, so I found this pretty cool spot. I went on the outdoor balcony up here and just sitting on this ledge right here, and I found this, it's kind of hard to see right there, but there's a little spot where you can see through all of this. Wow, that's actually a really cool shot. I'm glad I came up here. I might do something wide with that. Whoa, what the fuck? Anyway, for now, I'm gonna try and get a shot of someone walking through that door at the perfect timing, but I'm gonna have it zoomed in really wide, so it's gonna be a really, I'm forgetting the word for it. Really zoomed in. So right there, so I'm just gonna wait for someone interesting to walk in there, and I'm gonna snap a shot of them. So here's what that shot looks like. I'm not sure how long this is gonna take, but I think this is the general concept around street photography, is you just kind of walk around and wait for something interesting to happen that's out of the norm from a cool angle, and that's basically street photography in a nutshell. So yeah, hopefully something cool comes of that. If not, I'm gonna switch over and get this fucking epic looking thing right here. So yeah, here's what these babes look like. All right, so I was just wandering around Boulder Public Library, and I found this creative space in the back. And I was actually talking to Janet, who I just met here, who's gonna talk about what this place is.
Awesome, so this is Building 61. It is part of the Boulder Public Library. It is a community shop space. We've got everything from an electronics workbench and a mini CNC machine to a full wood shop that's just behind the wall behind us over here. We've also got laser cutters, 3D printers, spinning wheels, looms, sewing machines, industrial sewing machine, a whole bunch more. Lists aren't that interesting. The exciting thing is that this is where people come to like make stuff and connect. So we see a lot of people that are launching businesses, making cool products for friends, for weddings, for family, and we're here as staff to support it. So this is kind of like what the libraries do, which I think is really cool to think about the evolution of like what it means to serve the community.
That's awesome. Well, thanks for doing that, man.
Yeah, thanks, man.
All right, so now I'm gonna roll some B-roll of this place because it's fucking awesome. So here's what that looks like. All right, guys, thanks for watching. My camera battery is about to die, so I think that means I gotta call it quits because I didn't bring my extra one. So thanks for watching. Drop me a like, subscribe, it helps me a lot. I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers by January 2020. So thanks for watching, peace out, and have a good rest of your day, guys.